Alright, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back with another AlphaStar 1 versus 1 commentary. Today should be a good one. It's going to be on the map King's Cove, and we have AlphaStar as a Zerg, as a bug, as a squishy thing. But coincidentally, AlphaStar's opponent is also a Zerg, a bug, a squishy thing, but also squishy because he's a human, and humans are squishy. But AI isn't. So yeah. Anyway, on that odd note, we've got ourselves a ZVZ. This is AlphaStar, one of the earlier versions of AlphaStar, and the reason that I wanted to check out a few more of these, partially because there's a lot of replays from it, is actually due to the fact that the last AlphaStar game that I cast, which it was an early iteration, it played very human in a sense. Like, it hadn't sort of shed its human wheels and or its human training wheels, and then started to kind of walk on its own in a sense. And so it had a lot of humanity to it. I'm curious if we're going to see that in any more of these games. And so that's going to be, I think, the main lookout for this video. So far, we've got this diamond player just doing the standard Zerg stuff, but the same goes for AlphaStar. Naturally, it's going to be pretty tough for a diamond player of any level to take down AlphaStar, as AlphaStar is just a machine, literally. And, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, seeing as how we have got ourselves 4 overlords in the center of the map, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try and hit 4 likes on this video. If we can do that, that would be absolutely amazing. Okay, so queens on the way for both of these players. However, AlphaStar notably has started 2 queens, while the Diamond Zerg has yet to start up another. There we go, his extra hatchery finishes up. And there we go, 2 queens, 4 lings, 1 drone, 2 turtle doves, all being produced here. Speed on the way for AlphaStar, the diamond player, starting up his own speed. Overall, it seems that the diamond player is behind like a second or 2 compared to AlphaStar. Or maybe more than a few seconds here. So slight prowess showing in AlphaStar's macro as we take a look. I mean, it's just got a slight lead. It's got its 3rd base on the way already. I imagine the Diamond Zerg's going to be going for his 3rd pretty soon. However, as I say that, the Diamond Zerg decides to invest in 6 lings and a Baneling nest, and now this could be a little bit cheeky here. A good old ling flood could be in sight for the Diamond player. AlphaStar is trying to figure out how to wall, and there we go. 1 Evo goes up. We'll see if it's going to invest in more of these. Hasn't thrown down a creep tumor to allow it to get a wall up, but looks like it's about to. There we go. It throws up a creep tumor, and that's going to allow it to spread creep to the bottom here. So we could see a potential full wall getting thrown down by AlphaStar to counteract this potential Baneling bust. That's going to be coming its way. Speed is about to finish up for both of these players. The 3rd hatch is the notable difference for AlphaStar. It's gone way more economical. This is actually a little bit concerning here, though. AlphaStar could be getting baited out a little bit. This Overlord out on the map is drawing the queens out. However, there's already these lings that are looking to dive on it. It's not a massive ling commitment, but it's a notable amount of lings. And here they go. They're going to run in. Looks like the Zerg is actually going to set his sights on the 3rd base of AlphaStar as opposed to going for the drones. And I honestly think he could have got some drones because the queens were out of position. There simply isn't many units to defend. Looks like the red Zerg will absolutely get the hatchery. However, I think if he had gone for drones, maybe it would have been a little better. Of course, that's always more risky, so getting the hatch with that sneaky ling attack, a safe and solid bet, works out pretty well for him. And now we're going to see a Roachhorn on the way after this. I'm curious if the Zerg is just going to go from one attack into another. Because, oh, take a look at this. AlphaStar is going for +1 melee attack. It's a bit of an unorthodox or less common strategy for Zergs. We see it fail a lot. But if you're a Zerg player and you go +1 melee and it works, it feels great. Your Lings, they deal so much damage. They just attack so quickly. And oh, take a look at this. AlphaStar, now that it made a bunch of counterlings, is actually going to be trying to kill its opponent's third base now. The Red Zerg does have Banelings, so we're going to see some AlphaStar's Ling-Bane Micro. So far, it does get out recognizing the threat of those Banelings. And all is well for AlphaStar. However, I mean, we take a look. Roaches are already on the way for the Red Zerg. The Red Zerg stopped at 37 drones. Maybe going to be going for a big old roach attack for humanity here. I mean, there's more Banelings on the way, more Overlords on the way. Yeah, let's take a look at this. If there's going to be more roaches made, or whether these were just for safety. I'm guessing it's going to be safety, because this isn't some big attack. The roach production has been halted. We see an Evo go up. We see a lair go up. So very safe here from the Red Zerg player. Whereas if he had gone for a big attack, who knows? Maybe he'd have caught AlphaStar off guard, seeing as how AlphaStar is just relying on these big Lings. But look at that! Oh no! AlphaStar's Lings run all head first into the Banelings. 4 Banes for a pretty good number of Lings there. That is a big ouch for AlphaStar, losing those Lings. And we'll see if it's going to make more, as it did commit to that attack upgrade. However, oh my gosh, look at this right now. We are seeing AlphaStar just run away in the economy. Both players are on an equal number of bases. However, the drone count is just it's just colossally different. I mean, take a look at this. Like, it's 34 drones to 58 right now. And the only difference is that AlphaStar is focused more on the macro. So we're going to be seeing the Diamond Zerg. He better be going for an attack soon. However, I feel like the window has passed a little bit, so he's got to go for the attack sooner rather than later. It's going to be tough to make work, though, at this point, because he's given so much time for AlphaStar to prepare. AlphaStar is now churning out 14 roaches. The AI has secured a good economy and is now going to be basically just producing units nonstop, or should be producing units nonstop. And that's going to be a tough break for the Red Zerg. The Red Zerg invested in Carapace, but it's not even done yet, so he's not going to reap the rewards for that, and he's just got to go for this attack. He's got a slight army supply lead. He's got Banelings in his army, so here we go. The Red Zerg charging in towards the third base. Banelings connecting with the Queens, not hitting the roaches that were clumped up. However, still this looks pretty good for the Red Zerg, but reinforcements are popping out at the third base for AlphaStar, just producing as many units as possible. And all AlphaStar needs to do is hold, and it realizes that it's pulling the drones to buffer a little bit, but still a pretty good concave here for the Red Zerg. He's got to keep this going, though, or he's going to run out of steam, and run out of steam he very well could be doing here. AlphaStar is losing a lot of injured roaches, but more and more are on the way off the back of AlphaStar's superior macro. Corrosive Bile gets tossed down to try and cover his retreat, but the Diamond Zerg simply failed to make that attack work. He killed some drones, but he's still behind by a huge amount, by a giant margin. And while he can produce as many of his own units as he wants, he's not going to be able to attack on in again, I feel. And his macro just betrayed him. This is where AlphaStar just is way too good at the macro game. And oh, look at this. AlphaStar going to be going for a Spire here. It is not every day we see the AI go for a Spire. And that could be the little bit of twinge of humanity showing through in this AI still, I feel. AlphaStar even moving its injured roaches slightly, but then splitting them up. But yeah, I love the choice to go for AlphaStar, to go for a Spire. Seeing the early iterations is really cool. Like we've seen less and less Spire play from the other iterations of AlphaStar. So the fact that this one is still willing to go for that is cool. Okay, just drones on the way for both players. So the Red Zerg, I mean, has been given time to macro up, which could lead to a potential comeback in a sense. AlphaStar, though, not skipping a beat, getting up towards the fourth base. 1-1 upgrades, or 1-2 upgrades are on the way for the Red Zerg, so he is going to have himself an upgrade lead. However, if he doesn't have an answer to the Spire, he can simply just die. And he isn't scouting out, really. He does decide to go for a Hydrodent as a potential counter to any Mutalisks that could be coming his way. That could be a bit late, though, so we'll see if AlphaStar is actually going to use the Spire or not. It does look like the AI, though, is foregoing actually making any mutas so far, and it's just going to keep making lings, making roaches and whatnot. With the commitment to +2 melee attack, the choice to go for a lot more lings and banelings seems to be AlphaStar's. And we do see flyer attacks start for AlphaStar, however, no MUTALISK made just yet, and the Spire in ZVZ usually does rely strongly on the element of surprise. As a matter of fact, in most matchups these days, if you see a Spire in mutas, it usually is just about surprising your opponent. Long since gone are the days in which you really get a lot from, say, microing with mutas, picking off, say, Widow Mines, picking off targets, and using mutas throughout the game. Usually it's just like a one-and-done type deal. However, we do take a look. AlphaStar had banked up a swath of resources and has now made 17 MUTALISK at a time. And this is going to be bad news bears here for the Diamond player, as he doesn't have any spores. He's making a few Hydras. A few. 6 Hydras is not enough to repel 17 MUTALISK. We could just be about to witness just a death snowball here, ladies and gentlemen. The mutas, are they going to see this Overseer? As a matter of fact, they are going to start attacking it. The Diamond Zerg better be panicking right now. We need to see a ton of Hydras getting made here. And there we go, more Hydras on the way. Also some Spore Crawlers at each base if he's going to stay alive. However, this is kind of the classic bamboozle we're seeing being cooked up here by AlphaStar, because you make the mutas in order to force out a ton of Hydras, and then you make a ton of Banelings, which are going to crash right on into the soft and squishy Hydras. In come the mutas, they're going to start picking off drones. The Hydras are not in position for this. And, oh, the Diamond player is actually counterattacking. What is this madness? He says, right, you invested into these mutas, so I'm going to go for an attack. But that's still a tall order, I feel. I mean, AlphaStar has so many Banelings, AlphaStar has so many units. There's Hydras at the back, which are going to engage the mutas, but that's only a portion of the Hydras, so the mutas might actually win out in this fight here. We're going to see a big engagement. Crosa Balls are actually hitting some of AlphaStar's Banelings, but the Red Zerg just went for this attack, and it did not work out. So many Banelings for AlphaStar, so many more units, and the Red Zerg just drops like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, this is just, I think that's AlphaStar just catching the Red Zerg off guard. There's not enough to stand up against the mutas now. AlphaStar could probably just end the game if it went for the attack. The Red Zerg, though, with like a Hydra or two, pulled the AI back, but now once again, we're looking at AlphaStar looking to move out, looking to go for a killing blow. However, it does pull back again. Looks like it wants to make a good number of Banelings before going in for the final attack, and it is going to be the final attack, ladies and gentlemen. I do not have high hopes for the Red Zerg to be able to hold on here. Once again, he's making Hydras, but there's going to be Banelings and Roaches coming his way. The Hydras don't counter that. And yeah, I mean, just a very strong showing from AlphaStar here. The Diamond Zerg just not quite up to stuff when it comes to taking on an AI as good as AlphaStar. Banelings roll forward. They actually hit quite a few of the units. It's not often I rewind, but I kind of want to rewind and see that. AlphaStar killed the Hydras, is now looking to poke with the mutas once more. More Banelings on the way for AlphaStar, just producing off of its good economy. I mean, the Red Zerg isn't dead yet. He hasn't been killed yet. He's deciding to go for his own Spire, though, which is a very odd choice. I feel if you're the Zerg, you probably want to go for Lurkers, as Lurkers counter Banelings, they counter Roaches. You also have the Hydras to make them already. But yeah, I think the main thing for the Diamond player is just to make as much stuff as possible right now, as you gotta max out regardless of what the army's made of. Mutas coming in for AlphaStar, trying to trade out fancily, not having a ton of success. 13 more mutas on the way, though. AlphaStar is committing hard to the mutas, going to be going up to 26 of them, which is no small amount at all. Carapace is on the way for AlphaStar, so getting more of those ground upgrades, because technically the Red Zerg is up on the upgrades for now. This is just, I'm just not having a strong feeling that the Red Zerg is going to be able to win this one. And I think, as a matter of fact, he's going to be trying to counter AlphaStar's mutas with his own, as he's banking up a ton of resources here But the problem is AlphaStar is actually going to be committing to more and more mutas. And actually has the superior count, so we could actually be seeing this game head towards muta versus muta, and we will. 22 mutas are on the way here for the Diamond player. However, it's important to note he doesn't have the attack upgrade. He doesn't have the carapace upgrade either. So in a direct fight, his mutas will not win versus AlphaStar's. And AlphaStar has made way, way more. So it's actually going to be 23 mutas taken on. Oh, okay, the Red Zerg has produced more, though. So maybe, just maybe, he's going to be able to win out in the muta versus muta fight. It's very, very close. It's 22 to 23. There's a few more on the way for the red player. He's got to be careful about showing his hand, though. If he realized how many AlphaStar had, he would definitely wait for this fight. It looks like the fight could be about to happen, though. The mutas are engaging each other. It looks like AlphaStar is running a little bit scared, though, despite having the better attack upgrade and taking a pretty solid fight overall, I'd say, but it's gonna be close. The muta versus muta fight is happening. It's 12 to 12 right now. It's actually a very close battle. A lot of the reinforcements are not here for the Red Zerg, and he actually moves out with a chunk of his ground army, and it just gets obliterated. So the Red Zerg jumping the gun a little bit. He had 4 more mutas on the way. He probably would have won the fight if he had waited for those, but very well played here by AlphaStar. Cool to see AlphaStar making mutas in its composition, then going for a greater spire behind it, and just playing solid AlphaStar as usual. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, I think the goal was like 4 likes or something like that. So let's try and do that. I believe in us. Big thanks to those of you who support the channel via the membership. There's various perks and stuff you can get on there. If you're new to the channel and you watch these videos on the regular, or you enjoyed the commentary, consider pressing subscribe. And then, of course, join the Discord, as I recently added a replay submission section on there, as I thought, why not? Maybe I'll cast some viewer or games or something like that. I'll see you next time. This has been LaughNgamez.